Hi, I'm Not Yet Dead, and welcome back to No Man's Land and Farming Simulator 22. And welcome back to my channel, because it's been a very long time since I put a video out. A little bit of brief explanation. If you watched the last video I did, nice truck. I do love this truck. Not 100% sure about the front design, but the rest of it looks awesome. Yeah, if you watched the last video I did, I'm basically at this point in time, I'm not doing gameplay at all, particularly. I've got some stuff I might do, bigger things in the pipe, maybe, but I don't have the time at the moment. But as I complete-ish sections of No Man's Land, complete's a bit of a grand statement, I'm doing short videos of the build, because I'm spending so much time investing a lot of effort in trying to get this good. Patches of this probably still need some work, but broadly reasonably reasonable, right? And as such, then putting out what's that noise? Anyway, as such, then putting out videos of bits that are complete. So this at the moment, this is, if you watched my No Man's Land on FS19, this was the old farm. There was a bale cell. Well, there is a bale cell point. It's under the cedar at the moment, planter. But yeah, there was a bale cell point and a shed. 22, I placed the same house, done similar thing, got a couple of greenhouses around here. They're also distributing auto selling at the moment. Because I'm doing so much landscaping, I've got pretty much all the production stuff going on. Don't look too far that way, I've not done that bit yet. But yeah, most of the production stuff is just going as is. In fact, this needs tidying up because I've changed how I do this now. I missed a bit, never mind. I was trying to get it all done as far as I could. But yeah, so here's the entrance to the gateway. This is currently my house. This is where I'm living. I've got the old doormat sleep trigger. Again, garden needs some work. It's just very basic at this point in time. But that's where I park my truck of an evening. A few bits of kit down here. Rusty old combine in the corner. Maybe we'll get rid of that at some point. We'll see. Anyway, today, and I haven't decided what I'm going to call the video yet, so you'll already know. Today, this is the tour of No Man's Land Village, No Man's Land Town. It's going to be the main residential, villagey type, production type place on No Man's Land. And but yeah, I thought we'd start at the old farm because it kind of all links. So I put these tracks in, rather like last time. I'm basically roads, at least at this point, are still the ones that Jim sort of loosely marked out on the map. And but I am putting extra tracks in as well. See, I put this in, it's a bit rocky in places, just a bit of fun off-roading, just around a few fields. Between a few fields, I've got some poplars there that are nearly ready. I've got my sugar cane on this side, which actually I need to do that. I've put the thing, precision farming on, so I need to do some soil sampling on some of my crops. But yeah, so just got this track, comes along. You can see the back of the village here, back of the residential area. So hedges, a few trees. I placed some trees. I've also put some trees in to grow in some places. So obviously they're not there yet. Don't look to your right. That bit's not ready. It's not done. Don't look that way. So yeah, we'll come left here. And here we are driving into town, as you might say. Town, village. I don't know if it's big enough to be a town, but equally there are going to be other villages, potentially, maybe, possibly elsewhere on the map. So it might end up being called No Man's Land Town. Either way, it's the main central place. Here's our dairy, base game dairy, I think. I can't remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's the dairy. Pretty simple, straightforward. Nice hedging around the outside. Blah blah. Come in here. Got the old bakery and pavement. It's not great, but we have pavement, handmade, hand built. Oh look, some spare gravel. Look there, we're topping them up. And it was a pain in the neck to do, but we have pavement. I'll talk about a little bit more about. Whoa, sorry, I'm going the right round the roundabout. So we have our roundabout here. We'll take a walk around in a minute, actually. Roundabout around the fountain, sort of village square type thing. Obviously we've got sell points here, so we've got this sort of grocery, general grocery, and then the bakery spawn point, which seems to stop working. I'm not 100% sure why. But anyway, it's on auto distribute at the moment, so it doesn't matter if auto sell, distribute. I'm not 100% sure which way is the best way to go first. I think we'll go this way. So we'll turn right. Nice big house. That house was there before in 19, but I've made it a bit grander this time. So again, the garden still needs doing, but it's got hedge and fencing around. And we come into our sort of business part of the town, if you like. So we've got our carpenter on the right side here. We've got our tailor on the left side there. A few parking spots here and there. Here we've got our garden centre, car park, and delivery point around the back. Got a few lights and stuff. Mark up the sort of service road. So there's a few bits to sell in the back of the garden centre. A couple of nice picnic tables that you could buy. Just, you know, your garden centre really. There's the garden centre sell point. And over here we've got a wholesale point, just to make sure that I could cover all of the different things that are coming out. And then just through here, well, I've got some fields with a nice track going away. Won't bother going up there today. It's not finished anyway. That's next. Then we'll just have a quick pop and see. So I mean, this is actually no, none of it as it was. This bit is almost as it was, because down here is the sawmill, which is exactly where I had it on the 19 version, and we have what was once the mill pond. So the lake, that was there before. It's slightly fancier than it was. We've got the sawmill offices and the sawmill itself. Haven't really done anything behind at that far end. That's just sort of placed at the moment. But yeah, so have our lake with our river coming off, just as I had it on 19. Oh my goodness me, I have spent so long landscaping all of this. Don't worry about the wooden things across, that's something else that's coming later. I might do a bit more with this track, but for right now that's it. That's sort of a roundabout thing, but equally isn't really, it's just a rough bit of access road. Sorry, a bit sleepy. It's late. So actually I'm going to park up for a minute, let's do a bit on foot. Got some parking. This technically is the parking for the pizzeria, which is just over the river, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Gravel track. It's all pedestrianised, pretty much, almost. A couple of houses here. These are just small little houses. They've got a shared garden back here for the kids, you know, some plant pots outside and a few flowers and a little garage and all that jazz. There's a basketball hoop here if you feel like trying to throw a ball, which I fail at dismally, so let's not. Yeah, let's not, I said, let's not do that. So yeah, a couple of nice little houses. And over here, and maybe we should do some recording in this video for nighttime too, because I'll say it myself, and that's part of the game's lighting effects, right? The lighting is really good at night. So yeah, I've got a little pedestrian bridge here, just a nice little romantic stroll over the river to the pizzeria. New texturing, thank you Jim, that's just recently come out, so I've redone some of this. Some nice little riverside tables. Sit and enjoy your pizza or your pasta or whatever you're having, and of course the rest of it, these tables were part of the mod. And a few little lanterns, sounds busy in there. And then over here we've got the delivery area. We'll sort of cover the rest of this in a minute. There's the delivery area for the pizzeria. All very nice. Nice little spot to while away an afternoon or an evening. No idea what I'm going to do with that area on the left yet. It'll just be a field, I should think. Yes, thank you Jim for the new textures and a few little add-ons. I haven't used any of the new buildings or stuff that was put in yet, but I have used the new textures extensively while we're on foot. So yeah, got a nice little footpath. There's the tailors, look, a couple of trees, all that jazz. Lanterns everywhere. It's quite a posh place really, fancy lanterns and all that. Here's the spinnery. Again, nice new texture. Thank you, Jim. I love the way they blend as well. Look at the grass just growing up in the cracks. Brilliant. Really good. I need to bring some wool over to the spinnery, actually. Actually, no, I might as well do this bit as well. Police box, I just had to put that there. Again, nice little riverside walk, a little footpath along here. Got a garage over there. Actually, we could just pop into the garage for a second. Petrol station. Biogas pump if you've got some suitable vehicle. I don't think I put an electric charge point in. I thought about it. Got a workshop in here, all set up. So that's just a little old workshop, part of a garage, petrol station. Quite like that. We'll go in the park in a minute. So yeah, you can carry on the track. Then there's a footbridge or stepping stones, your choice. Over the river. What I didn't do, I forgot, was to put a little path in here, so you get up from the stepping stones. But there's a little footpath on the footbridge. Look, nice little seat. Have a sit down. And enjoy the view, which is, well, I like it. And then we can, I haven't got further with this yet, but this will be a maze of footpaths through here. And again, we've got another little bench. So if you're having a little walk, maybe you've just been to the pub, had a few too many, and you want to sit down for a minute, get some fresh air. Another nice little view down the river. And this actually comes all the way back to the footpath, the track, sorry, that goes to the back of the pizzeria, which normally doesn't allow pedestrian access because it's got this gated bridge. So we've got this gated bridge because it's, deliveries only, right? It's a private road. But anyway, today we're okay. Saves us doing it with the car, which means getting in and out. It's quite nice to have a wander around, actually. I spend so much time either farming or landscaping, you rarely get the time to just enjoy it, and I've really designed this to be a walkable map, if you like. The pub will drive to. Okay. I guess what we could do is actually do the sort of the residential part on foot. I'll just cross the road. So footpath. This footpath has been a labour of love in the most extreme. Unfortunately, the gates, to put them the right way around, they open outwards, which is a bit unfortunate. I'm umming and ahhing whether the gates are a bit much. I may remove them yet. I haven't decided. This is the only house which I've sort of done something with the garden. That's not to say that it's finished or perfect, but I've done something with it. It's got a few bits. There's a bin, there's a swing seat, there's, stuff, right? A few lamps, a few plant pots, etc. But yeah, so this came about because these curb things came out, curb stones. And I thought, oh, that could work. And we have a stone fill type, which of course is what you get when you pick your stones up off your field and you empty them, you get a little pile of stones. Well, that's what this is. As you can see, it's not perfect. I shouldn't really point that out. It's not perfect, but don't worry about it. Just keep going on. Next to a house, not done the garden. And I just fancied having a go at putting a footpath. I tell you, I tried a few different ways to put it down. It was not easy. I got the technique by the time I got towards the end of doing it. I was getting easier, I was getting better at it, but my goodness me, it took so long. But I do like the finished effect. I actually think it looks quite good. As you can tell, I couldn't bother to do it on the other side. These are the expensive houses, they're the cheap houses, so they don't get pavement. They've got a footpath though, it could be worse. Anyway, also off here is a little footpath down into our park, where the residents of No Man's Land Village or town, hamlet, whatever you want to call it. Actually, no, it is a village. It can be a village because the other ones could be hamlets because they'll be smaller. That's okay. Yeah, so the residents can come and, bring a little picnic. Kids can play in the park, sit under the trees. There's a little barbecue area here, so, they can get their friends together and do that. That gate ought to be shut, really. But we'll come and drive along it in a minute. It's okay. Yeah, I kind of like it. I might put some football nets in or something, but yeah. And there's a few sort of market sellers here selling all sorts of stuff. There's eggs, fresh eggs. maple syrup. I haven't got maple syrup yet, and just sort of general veg and specialities, which is quite nice. It's quite cool. So yeah, you know, just sort of like a travelling market. Hello, Gunter. You'll know why I'm calling him Gunter if you've been a long-term follower of my channel. It's a long story. Oh, anyway, that's the track out. This is a farm track. It just runs along the edge of the river and the old park here. So back up the footpath quickly. There we go. And then yeah, we just keep going around the houses. Around the houses. Anyway, sorry. Again, as I said, I may yet decide to remove all the gates. I can't tell if it looks a bit much, to be honest. I will drive up here because actually we can get sort of aerial view of it then, but it's quite fun just to walk up it. I think, in my opinion, and I know it's not perfect, but I think it looks quite effective. A little bit of parking at the end again, cross over the road, and then here we've got a few sort of back-to-backs. They've just got this, they're all connected through this little footpath, just little houses. I think they're quite nice too. It's quite cosy down here. Again, at night when the lights are on, it looks quite cool. Again, not really done anything with the gardens yet. Just some smaller houses. Got quite a big gardens though. A bit more parking. And then a couple more houses. Oh no, just one more house just down here. And then there we are, we're back again at the village, back of the village grocery store, whatever you want to call it. Right next to the bakery. Pavement didn't rework when I had to put a separate sort of footpath here as well, but yeah. It seems a little out of place, to be honest, compared to the other. I think the other one's fine because it runs right against the fence. But oh, bakery's noisy. Right. Anyway, back to the car. Oh no, we should have a look at the town fountain, the village fountain. Again, it's just made up of all sorts of bits. Fountain was on the map. The lamppost I put in, the planters I put in, and then I put a fence around it to protect it because it's a roundabout. It's just a bit of fun, really. Right, to the car. Right, so as I said, it probably helps to get a bit of an aerial view, just to see how some of this links together. Personally, I'm kind of pleased with it. I think it could do with a little bit more detail here and there, but I just really like it. It's taken me so long to do all this stuff. I would dread to think, because I'm still playing as well. I'm still, you know, it's March. I've been through probably at least 18 months or you know, year and a half worth of play. I'm now on three day months at ×3. But yeah, trying to do this in between the farming needs, it's time consuming, and some of this is really time consuming. I mean the footpath in particular, but just, you know, all the landscaping, edging the roads, everything's edged with a sort of mud grass texture. It, you know, takes a long time. Yeah, so we'll just take a slow journey up through the residential area. And you can see, as I said, the gardens are not done yet. They need some work. But yeah, park beyond. That little path we walk down, try not to hit that car. There's the little sort of back-to-back cottages, which again I actually quite like. Feels like a nice place, you know, which is what I wanted. I wanted somewhere nice, somewhere I like to come. And I like to come here. Okay, so from here we'll go left. Again, back round the roundabout. So yeah, you can see, I suppose you can't really see it from here, can you? Yeah, those two fields over there, that all needs a lot of work still. There's a lot going on. There's our footbridge across to the pizzeria sell point. Oh, actually, the next thing to do is come to the pub. Track I looked forward, that was there before. This riverbed texture is really good, actually. Can't really see it from above, but actually when you're in the river under the water, it looks really good. It's really effective. Anyway, sorry, that was an aside. Right, just park in the car park for a minute. I may yet revert the design of this. I didn't feel I had enough space to put there was a hedge in the middle of it, sort of splitting into two in 19, and I haven't done that this time, but actually I think there is enough space to do it. So I may change my mind. So here's the pub, the Village Inn, or the local inn as it's called. It's as it was on 19, to all intents and purposes, positioned, obviously not exactly the same, etc. But, you know, car parks this side, except now it's got this sort of gravel texture, which again looks fantastic. And the sort of dirt gravel, the sort of wall gravel sections, and the grass and moss gravel, they just blend so well. Amazing. Yep, new textures again, massive open area for eating. Quite a few tables, some with umbrellas, some without, depending on your preference. Bit of play frame at the back for the kids. All overlooking the river, but with a little fence, but softened by hedging. There we go. Some firewood out the back for the winter. A few trees here and there. Put a few benches at the front. Somewhere to chill and eat, drink your pint if you want. That's a bit of outside, a few planters and all that. And of course the gravel track again to come round to the actual sell point down the back here. And of course the obligatory rubbish dump for, putting the rubbish in it. And big field on the other side, which I've just planted with something. What I am umming and ahhing about doing, I think this might be my last year that I'll farm until I get the bulk of the heavy landscaping done. I've still got 2 more residential areas that I'm planning to put in. I've got a whole industrial area that needs fully texturing and landscaping, and a few other bits and dabs of plans which are secret. And I still haven't built the main yard for my farm yet, so I mean there's shed loads to do. But it's coming along really well. It's slow, but I'm enjoying it. That's why I say, so I might, at the end of this year, I might just leave the fields fallow, and spend a year just landscaping, trying to get it done, and then I'll spend a few years playing it as a map. But I'm really pleased with it. I'm really enjoying it. I've learnt a few things that I've gone along, so there are some areas where the texturing's not layered, if you like, in the same way that it is elsewhere. So there might be some differences here and there in how it's textured. I should probably put the old hazards on for driving through here. This gate ought to be shut, really. Not really sure why it's open. Better. So yeah, there's plenty of just nice views. I like being here. It's so much fun. I'll never play any other maps, but I've got so many I want to try. Oh dear. Oops, still not done the hedging. Don't look, not done the hedging properly on the field on the other side. That's not finished. That's why I say it's kind of still a work in progress. But yeah, so we've got a track here. I think this track I just put in when we finished on 19. Bridge over here, look, going over to the main road bridge over there, in the sweet shop, which we've not seen yet, but it's over there, where it was before. Actually, it's very similar. It's the first thing I did was put the sweet shop in, and it's almost identical to how it was on 19, and the buyer's plant's just over there, which again actually still needs a bit more work. We've got this in, so this rocks formations were here. I have put some more in, but there were some rocks here before, and I thought, well, rather than take the rocks out or try and farm around them, I actually thought I'd make a feature out of it. So I've left this area with some trees and a few more rocks, and just made it as a sort of track, but a way that I can get around. So I can even turn around I can come down here. There are the sheep. They need changing. There's a new mod come out on the use. Looks like someone's just parked up for a minute, so it's kind of in the way. And that goes back to the road that comes out of the village. So again, I'm just putting all these tracks in actually to make the map a little more accessible, so you can get around places, you know, just rather than just using the roads. So there's tracks in amongst a lot of fields and stuff, or will be planned, and I'll kind of try and do it as I go along. But yeah, so I mean, to look out, you know, you can see all that area. I actually think it looks pretty effective. There are some elements of the landscaping on 22 that I don't think are as good as they were on 19, but I think visually, I think it looks really good, and I'm really pleased with how this is working out, even if it is taking me an absolute age, and 23 or, you know, 24 or 25, whatever, will be out before I've even finished it, but I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. And that was it, really. It's the village. It's the village, and you know, the fields around my current little abode. Maybe there's any more that are distracting on me. And that's it, really. No Man's Land Village, which I think I will call it. I think that makes sense. It's not big enough to be a town. But yeah, No Man's Land Village, folks. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed that. I have no idea what the next thing will be. I'll finish. We'll see. Oops, careful. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed that. If you did, likes and subscriptions very much appreciated. I know I'm not putting a lot of stuff out there at the moment, but I hope I may do at some point, or we'll just have to see. I just don't have the time, honestly, to think about it. But I'll keep doing these for certain, because I'm definitely going to keep building the map up. But I do hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
So, I forgot. So, as I said earlier, I thought it'd be worth showing it off in the dark. I do love the lighting on FS22 at night. I think it looks really good. But yeah, so I put quite a lot of lighting around. So I just thought it'd be worth just taking a little drive around, having a look as night time falls. And I hope you enjoy it. I'm not going to sit and narrate through it. You've heard enough of me for now. But if you made it this far, thank you for sticking around. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.